Alright Zerg friends, this is Fenner once again, and I thought I'd do one of these vlog type videos where it's less editing, it's not really a specific topic that I can, help you improve on, but it's just, letting my thoughts flow on something that I've been thinking about recently. So I was thinking about, who do I fanboy the most? So here we go, we've got the top 5 Zerg players. And number 1, and these top 3 were really hard to order, by the way, and also this isn't a skill ordering, it's just kind of who I think is awesome or I really like. So number 1 is Life. Now this guy, I really like his playstyle. He's really aggressive whilst no one else is aggressive, basically. 1 year ago, he was pulling out all these aggressive strategies that people thought weren't possible and just completely dominating everyone with them. So I thought that was really cool. Recently, he hasn't been as aggressive, but he's still one of the most aggressive Zergs. Well, yeah, he is the most aggressive Zerg. Like, he's crazy aggressive. So that's why I like Life. He always puts on exciting games with aggression, and I really like that playstyle. Also, I'm gonna go a bit hipster mode here, but I knew about Life before anyone else did because I used to watch him on a Korean streaming site, and he used to play more ladder games than anyone. So I knew he was gonna be an up-and-comer, and yeah. So Life, number 1, guys. And then number 2 position, DRG. Dongregu, for those of you not in the know. Dongregu is an absolute boss. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to have the same top 3 as me, maybe in different orders. Dongregu, he was like the first Zerg that I really fanboyed. He came in with an awesome personality into GOM TV, wrecking everyone at the same time as well, so that was really fun. And yeah, he just came along, started killing everyone when Zerg was a bit weaker. There's only Nest T around at that time, and for some reason I was never really a fan of Nest T. I'm not sure why. And a lot of people are going to hate me for that, but that's just how it was. So yeah, DRG, really fun personality. Also plays really solid nowadays as well. I don't remember. He used to play a lot more aggressive, actually, thinking about it. He used to do a lot of like 2 base all-ins, but nowadays he does play the standard style, so watching his stream is really great to learn from. Yeah, I love that guy. Number 3, Jaden. Now, the reason I picked Zerg in StarCraft 2 is because of Jaden. I never really watched Brood War, but I did watch the Flash vs Jaden finals whenever they were on, which was quite often. So I really loved his Mutalist micro in Brood War, and that's pretty much what made me choose Zerg, so I've got to put him up there. Jaden's got a different style to Life and DRG. He takes a lot of risks based on his opponent, and that's why he does really well in tournaments, even though he's only got 2nd places most of the time. But he does do really well in tournaments. He goes like 3 hatch, and then he does 9 pulls. He does all the crazy stuff based on what he thinks his opponent is going to do. So I don't think his play is actually that good. Like, if he just tried to play a standard game off a pull first or something, he wouldn't be that strong. But the reason Jaden is strong is because he tries to play these mind games by taking risks to either win the game or get an advantage by playing macro. So that's why I really like Jaden. Number 4, Hyun. At first I was never really a fan of Hyun. Again, I'm not sure why. It's just sometimes I'm a fan of someone because I really like what they do in the game. They like bring in something unique. But one of the reasons why I really like Hyun is because a couple of months ago I stole his ZVZ. And one of the great things about Hyun is he always does the same openers and same builds. Like, once he gets something that he likes, he just does it over and over and over and over and over. So he's a great Zerg to learn from, if you can get the replays, that is. So yeah, I copied his ZVZ for a couple of months, and it gave me an insane win rate compared to my other matchups. So that's why Hyun went up there to the number 4 spot. Then number 5, guys, this one was pretty hard to pick. There's so many Zerg players out there. Soulkey, Sue, Hydra, Rogue or Savage. Violet was a Zerg player that I really liked for a long time because I used to learn everything from him, but he kind of disappeared, and since he came back, he hasn't been the same. He hasn't got up to the same level he used to be. But recently, I was watching Snoot. So number 5 is Snoot. Why is Snoot the only foreigner in the list? Snoot plays a really logical style, a defensive style, a macro style. Usually, again, like Hyun, going for the same builds, but Hyun's always aggressive in the mid game. Snoot plays really logically with his defense. Like, in a ZVZ, he's pretty much the only player to only defend until he knows he's got a big enough army that he's going to 100% win, which is really interesting to me, and I really like that style just to learn from. So I think Snoot is going to be the new player that I'm going to be learning from. I kind of only, fanboyed him recently after he did so well in Seat Story, and I saw his style there. It's really cool, man. Like, I think Snoot is one of the best players to learn from right now. Like, Life DRG Jaden, I mean, Life's horrible to learn from because his builds are like super aggressive, sometimes tailored to the player. It's really hard to figure out his style. DIG, he's good to learn from, but it's really hard to get like a stream of DIG or VODs or replays or anything. Jaden, I think Jaden, once again, is not good to learn from because he plays so many mind games based on the player. So if you try and learn from him, you could be learning the wrong things. Hyun is good to learn from, and he's really aggressive. So if you want to play an aggressive style that is solid, then you look at Hyun. If you want to play defensive style that is solid, then I think you'll look at Snoot. And I think those two players, Hyun and Snoot, are the two best players to learn the game from at the minute, depending on whether you want to go aggressive or you want to go defensive. So that's my top 5 Zerg players, guys. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 are. Again, this wasn't a skill ranking, it was just an awesomeness ranking, basically. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more content, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Links. So this kind of plays into that because you hit a really, well, not a super early, but you hit a really strong timing quite early in the game with 2 gas. And if a player is being too greedy, going for that fast third, then you do